one.
Woo! Woo!
So hopefully not too windy here, but it is pretty much just the end of day one here. I didn't really do an intro video this morning, but we're out on a 3-day loop out here in Ansel Wilderness. We're at Lillian Lake. Right now it's going to be our home for the next 2 nights, so nice little easy hike from the Fernandez Trailhead, only 5.5 miles in. So it's myself, and then we got Jackie, Kyle, Liam, and Jesse joining us, all just folks that I work with at REI. So I got some company for a change, which is really nice, but yeah, very straightforward hike. Definitely not in the best of shape, so kind of fortuitous. It was an easy, relatively hike, just 5.5 miles, like I mentioned, about 1,500 to 1,700 feet of gain, so not too bad. But yeah, I'll fill you in with what we're gonna do tomorrow. I don't want to make this too long, so also don't want to spoil the surprise. But yeah, good day one. Morning of day 2 here. I had a nice night here, not too cold, so actually pretty warm this morning. It's a little after 7. We're all packed up, ready to roll. So Madera Peak should be right in the background. Hopefully I'm not blocking it with my head, but that's the objective for right now. So we're going to go attempt to hit that, and then it looks to be a relatively easy ridge system that goes from Madera over to Sing Peak. So we're going to try to do a twofer and then drop down to Chittenden Lake and then come back on trail. Not sure what the mileage will be, but pretty solid. So as always, you know, the possibility of change, flexing things is always there. So we'll see what we see, but fill you in with more later on today. All right, so we made it to the top of Madera Peak here. Pretty straightforward, pretty fun. The route that I kind of picked up from the lake turned out to be pretty straightforward, luckily. Sometimes it doesn't work out like that, but yeah, me and Jesse made it up here. We just spotted Kyle way below, thanks to his bright orange hat, so he should be up here soon. Our plans to hit both Madera and Sing quickly faded because I think should be able to see it now, but it's that other peak in the distance where it's got a ridge leading up to that plateau and then a little summit kind of pyramid, but looks to be a little harder than we wanted to do, and we kind of had our fill. So we're going to drop down to that saddle, which will take us to Chittenden Lake, have a nice break there, maybe a swim, and then just head back on trail to Lady Lake, which is just right below us there. So kind of where we came from. So really nice, kind of beat the heat a little, not too bad, good breeze going, but yeah, gorgeous up here, of course. Well, it's morning of day 3 here, last day. We just hit the main junction off of the Lady Lake trail, and nobody really paused or thought about it. We're all going the long way, so thought there would be a little debate, but no, we're all feeling good, so off we go. So we got maybe 2 miles to Lillian Lake, which is the largest lake on the loop. Probably a good spot for a snack, swim probably, and then looks to be kind of cruisy, a little bit of ups and downs, but the bulk of the climb will be up to Lillian itself, and then after that should be relatively chill. So not too bad. It'll be about 9 miles. So yeah, so far so good. Good night. The wind stopped around 7 or 8 or so, and yeah, everybody had good meal, good sleep for the most part. So off we go. All right, so we're about half a mile from the car. Just back on familiar terrain, just kind of going up the stick of the lollipop here on our loop. But yeah, we had a good morning. Like I mentioned, we made a stop at Lillian Lake for a nice break, filter some water, hung out for probably 45 minutes or so, got back on trail. And the rest of the way it's relatively, I guess, a little uninspiring. As you can see, a lot of burn zones just from the creek fire from a few years ago. So a lot of this stuff, but tons of wildflowers. So that was the one plus. So that's real pretty, but yeah, pretty nondescript, easy day out, but fantastic trip as always. So another good trip in the book.